Welcome back, my friends, and you join us for the Anfield Agenda player ratings after Liverpool and Forest played out a frustrating 1-1 draw at the City Ground. If you've never joined us for a player ratings video before, this is what you can expect over the next few minutes. I'm going to go through the referee, the players, the substitutes, and our manager, giving them all a score out of 10. You'll see two squares on every player image. The large square in the centre is my Anfield Agenda player rating, and the one in the top corner is the audience who have submitted their player ratings. Connor's averaged them out and given them a score, so you'll see two on every player and referee image. If you want to play in the future, join us for a match reaction where you can click on the link at the top of the chat there and submit your ratings. But we wouldn't be here today without our incredible sponsor, so thank you to our friends at Manscaped. Why not treat yourself to the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra all-in-one men's grooming kit or anything else at manscaped.com and treat yourself to 20% off and free shipping. That is 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20. Use that at checkout or scan the QR code in the bottom right hand corner. So I'm going to get straight into it and start off with the referee. Firstly, let me say, I just don't think referees in the Premier League are very good. I in no way think the referee was responsible for us not winning that game today. We were responsible for it, but it doesn't mean they still aren't very good. So I've given Mr. Chris Kavanagh today a score of 4 out of 10. And the Anfield Agenda audience don't think he fared much better. Their average score of 4.6. But again, I want to reiterate, not his fault we didn't win that game. That's on us and our slow start. Next up, Alisson Becker. Can we be adult about this? I have some concerns. You know, not much to do today, but one shot from Chris Wood, goal. And I don't like the angles and the way he was. And I'm not full of confidence in the same way I used to be. Doesn't mean I'm Alisson Becker out or anything like that. But in games where you don't have much to do, being sharp and focused are the hallmarks of a great keeper and have always been his strong point. His distribution isn't what it once was either. So I am concerned a little bit. I can't lie, and I don't think I'm the only one. Still love the man to bits. Not saying we sell him or anything, but we need to be stronger at the back, and he's part of that. So I've given him a score of 5, and you guys have a little bit higher with a 5.5. Let us know in the comment section if you agree or you disagree. Now we move on to Mr. Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I think it was really a game of two halves for Trent. In the first half, he and the whole team weren't at it, but in the second half, his influence on the game definitely did grow. And on the other day, he probably would have a couple of assists, only for some poor finishing and some good saves from Sells. I just, like everybody else, wonder why it took Diogo Jota coming off the bench to spark us into life. But if Trent can keep knuckling down, keep his focus and put in more like that second half performance, I don't think we'll be too far away. So today, for Trent, I've given him a score of 7. You guys have gone a lot lower with an average score of 5.7. Now, I tried to average this out, as I said, over the course of the two halves. So maybe I have gone a half a point or so too high. So 7 for me and 5.7 for the audience. Next up, Ibrahima Kanade, who of course was substituted in the second half. He said himself he's not quite 100% fit yet, and he came back from injury a little bit too early to try to help the team. And this only doubles down our need for a defender. Jamie Carragher tonight in social media was speaking about Liverpool not being as steady at the back as we once were, and he's right, and we do need a defender. And today, look, I thought Ibu was okay, but you know, it's very difficult to talk about us not having much defending to do, but still conceding goals in games way too easily. It was the right hand side that was attacked again tonight, whether it's him or Trent. It was just too easy in there. So for me today, I've given Ibu a score of 5.5, and you guys have gone for a 5.6. Next up is our captain, Virgil van Dijk, who again was getting snarly with some of the players there today. I don't like some of this lackadaisical just putting the ball out of play stuff that he does on occasion. Aerially, he's amazing, really dominant, fantastic, mop stuff up at the back. In possession, sometimes I'd like to see a little bit more energy from him, a little bit more willingness to maybe carry the ball forward rather than just look slowly side to side. And when he's making clearances, sometimes maybe just hook around the ball rather than just putting it straight out for a throw in. But look, I'm nitpicking here. He is still, in my opinion, one of the best defenders in world football. Today, though, he did marshal a defence that once again conceded too easily. So for me, I've given Virgil a score of 6.5 and the Anfield Agenda audience average score at 6.6. Right, Andy Robertson. Difficult one, because we love him. We all love him, let's be honest about it. But sometimes you've got to be harsh and tell the truth. And Andy Robertson is not the same Andy Robertson. Today, I just thought he was nowhere near good enough. Even jogging backwards, he's falling over. And every little thing has just not gone right at the minute. And we need to be adult about it. and realise we need to go into the market for a left back. It doesn't take away the great years of service Andy Robertson give it to us, and nobody's taken any pleasure in complaining about it, but it is a worrying point for us and we need to address it. Today I've given Andy Robertson a score of 4, and you guys have gone a little bit higher with an average score of 4.7. Again, you might think that's harsh. If you do, let me know in the comment section. Next up, Ryan Gravenberch, an absolute star yet again, dropping in at centre-back and making it look seamless when he's needed to. He needs help in the middle of the park, and by that I mean we need a body to come in to allow him to get a breather occasionally, not to drop him, not even to rotate him out, but just to let him have a breather and not have to sacrifice him back to centre-back like we had to do today. I thought he was really good though, all in. Certainly one of our better players out there on the pitch, and he's been probably the player of the season for us so far. So I've given him a score today of 8.5. You guys way lower with a 6.9, but honestly, I thought he was really good. And in that second half, his class, even in a different position, sniffing out danger, I thought he was brilliant. Maybe I'm in love, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far ahead. Maybe I'm giving too much credit. But for me, I thought he was very good today. Right, Alexis McAllister. He was okay. It can be better. It just feels like we've got almost 1.5 players for the two positions between him and Szoboszlai, him and Jones. It just, sometimes it looks brilliant, sometimes it looks a little bit muddled and confused. I'm not sure why Elliott didn't get a run out today. We can only take from that the manager doesn't think he can trust them. Maka today, as I said, okay, not his best game, not his worst game. I thought he started the game well, but looked a little bit jaded as it went on. I'm giving him a 6.5, and you guys close with me with an average score of 6.4. Next, Dominik Szoboszlai. And look, we were all excited to see him back there today, but it was a game that everything seemed to be a half second too slow or too much or one touch too far. And it was frustrating to watch on occasion, but he never stops putting in effort. He never stops covering ground on the pitch, and he's an easy player to like. Today, though, I have given him a score of 6.5, which I think is fair. You guys in the Anfield Agenda audience gone for an average of 6.4, so almost simpatico for us on that one. Gakpo. This is the tough decision because Diaz to the centre didn't look great again today. Gakpo on the left didn't look like he had enough pace on occasion to really get at and trouble some of the defenders. Doesn't take away from his ability to cut inside and get a shot away, and he forced a fine save from Sells. But I want a little bit more of a spark. I want a little bit more worry in the full-back's eyes when we see Liverpool's wide players having a run at them. And I just don't think we're getting that at the minute from Cody Gakpo. So I've given him a score today of 5, and you guys a little bit more generous with an average score of 5.9. Next up, the great man, Mohamed Salah. Look, he didn't have a great game today, and he was wasteful. He'll know it, you know it, I know it. And the only thing I have to complain about today with him really is, why wasn't he taken off? Because it's okay for him to look tired and to miss some chances. It's going to happen. He never stops trying, he never stops getting into the right positions, and he never stops trying to make stuff happen. But his shooting today was wayward, did force one good save from Sells, but wasted so many chances as well. And I would have liked Chiesa to come on for the last few minutes, if nothing, just for fresh legs. So today I was a little bit frustrated with Mo, but it is understandable. It's been an amazing season from so far. So I've given him today a score of 6, and you guys have gone way lower with an average score of 4.8. I guess it's one of these occasions where maybe you look at him getting into good positions and think he should be doing better, but I kind of give credit as well for the getting into those good positions. But look, it is an opinion thing, so do let us know in the comments where you are, whether you're closer to my 6 or maybe the 4.8 from the audience. I also want to say about Mohamed Salah, I know that these guys are professionals, but you can't tell me that the contract situation isn't in his mind or in Virgil's mind or in Trent's mind. And I just don't understand why we as a club like to make these things more difficult for ourselves and allow these situations to fester. Right, anyway. No, I didn't say Uncle Fester, by the way. How dare you? I know there's a couple of you out there who got that joke. And if you have, well played. Right, next up, Luis Diaz. Excited? Would have played him in that position if I was the manager picking the team today. But we didn't get the result and the performance from him that we wanted. And you got to ask, has that experiment failed now? Do we need to go out there and bring in a striker, or maybe give Jayden Danns a look, or maybe just keep going with Diogo now, who transformed the game when he came on and looked like an actual number 9. I think Diaz, pushing back to the left now, give Gakpo a breather and see what Lucho can do out in his more familiar wide left position. I've given him a score today of 5.5. You guys, harsh taskmasters today, you've gone for an average score of just 4.5 for Lucho. Costas, this is a difficult one because it might be a Premier League first here where we've got a double substitution and one player with his first touch puts in a corner and assists, and then the second one, Diogo Jota, gets a goal with his first touch. What a change. The manager couldn't have asked for a bigger impact. But after that, I was unsure. I'm just not sold on Costas. He's probably the better option than Andy Robertson at the minute, but I'll always feel like we can improve that position. So I'm not really overly impressed with Costas, to be honest. I've given him a score today of 6.5. You guys have gone for a 7. 6.5 does represent, of course, the fact that he put in some better deliveries from set pieces than we'd seen from Robbo earlier in the game, but that's kind of all I'm giving him that on, to be honest. Next up, Diogo Jota was clearly voted your Anfield Agenda man of the match, and deservedly so, but he was just a man possessed when he came on. I haven't got enough words to praise him. I thought he was brilliant. Carried the fight to Forest, kept trying to make things happen. Obviously got himself that very good goal as well. He just looks like he's up for the battle and wants to win this league title, and we need to lean on him and invest in that and keep putting him out there while he's fit. So I've given him a score today of 9 because I thought he was just sensational when he came off the bench. And to be voted the man of the match as well for a performance that only seen him have about 30 minutes just tells you the impact he had. The audience have gone for a score of 8.3. Curtis Jones, again, lots of endeavour and effort, but, you know, just not really the finishing product or the last ball. But again, it was at a time where Forest backs were to the wall. They were giving up possession and territory, but we just weren't able to find a way through. Jones just frustrates me at times. So today I thought he was okay when he came on, which is why I gave him a 6.5. You guys a 5.9. And last up, our manager, Arne Slot. Look, let's be honest about it. The substitutions weren't good enough today. They were too delayed. Why Chiesa and Elliott didn't get a look in, I don't know. I don't understand the idea of carrying players in a squad that he doesn't trust to use. It's just taking up squad places. Be honest about it. Sell these lads if you don't trust them. But stop carrying players into squads and not utilising them, especially when they look leggy at the end of the game. And Chiesa would have been on no doubt chomping at the bit to come on and make a difference. Same with Elliott. So I've got to say, I think Arne could have done better today. He has to address this situation where we're starting games so slowly. We cannot continue to be second half FC. I've given him a score today of 6, and the Anfield Agenda audience have gone for an average of 5.9. So that brings to an end our player ratings, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's over to you guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it, and please do hit that subscribe button if you can help us out on our journey towards 300,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for your support. We'll see you tomorrow for news videos and of course the Late Night Agenda. Thank you once again to our sponsors, Manscaped. You can get yourself 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com by using our code Anfield20 at checkout. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Much love. Bye-bye.